Hello viewers and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship in the Porsche Cup, taking place at the wonderfully sunny Australian, I'm not going to say Outback Mountains. We are of course at Bathurst, the lovely Mount Panorama circuit, the Wall of Death, the track of doom, call it what you want, one mistake and this track will eat you up. As we've seen with the last few races that I've been streaming, it's not about making contact with other cars, it's about not making contact with the wall, because as I said, this will spit you out the other side. I'm very, very pleased to say I have Jeremy with me today.
Hello everyone, very pleased to be here as well. Thank you very much, Mark.
And yeah, having him back in the booth, even maybe on the track on Saturday, will be awesome. So really pleased to see you back, Jeremy. Just a quick chat of who's in the chat. Sorry, we've got Big Natty. Hi, James. And we've got Krista. Hi, Krista.
Hello, gentlemen.
So let's have a quick look at the table. I've not done the full table because it's the top end of the table that matters. So it looks there that this is nailed on, that Chris Bourne's won this, purely because of the points. He hasn't, and I'll explain the reason why. So as you know, the drivers have all got to drop the four lowest scores. Now, when you're someone like Chris Bourne and you've been winning week in, week out, the scores you're dropping are high scores. So he's potentially dropping just shy of 200 points. When you look at that, 200 points off that score, all of a sudden becomes interesting. Derek Bird has got some low scores to remove. So when you remove all the scores, it is all still to play for. I will say, the right result for Chris Bourne will make him a double champion today. Because if the right result goes Chris Bourne's way and Derek's result doesn't go in Derek's favour, Chris Bourne will be a champion for the second day and will be the champion of the Porsche Cup because he will not be able to be caught. And in fact, wouldn't even need to race next week in reality. So that means Chris Bourne will be a champion for a second time. But further down, third place in the championship is all to play for. Now, the other thing is, when you count back the last four races, the four lowest scores, Carlo's still third on the podium for the championship, believe it or not. So the results today for Petrie and Steve Howells are really important. There's 4 points between them, and they are just behind David Noble. So David, Petrie, and Steve. I'm just going to check who's on the server at the moment. So
they are there.
PJ's there, David Noble's there, and so is Howells. So these guys are really playing for it. Okay, so it's not done yet. As I said, it's certainly not done yet, and we'll see where it goes. So what we'll do is we'll jump into qualifying. I'm going to pick car. Let's see who we can pick. 969, which is Howells. He's coming to the end of his lap, as is car 118 actually. In fact, we'll do it with Chris Bourne. And I'll do my usual lap guide for you all. So he's just coming over the start-finish straight now. He's going to absolutely put his foot down. And he's going to enter turn 1. Braking just after the 100. Get the car in, and that is Hell Corner. That's turn 1. He'll get the car to move left eventually as he starts getting up the mountain straight. He will stay right if he's defending or he's potentially looking for a pass. But he will eventually drift to the left-hand side of the track, usually just before the corner. And he'll brake between the 150. There you go. Put it down into third or second, into turn 2, which is Quarry. In fact, I'll change the view so you can see what gear he's in. He'll now go up the rise into corners 3, 4 and 5, which is the cutting. He'll want to get the car turned into this corner here. And then that takes him up to Griffin's Mount, which is corner 6. Reed Park, which is corner 7, and then as we get into the left-hander, this is corner 8, Frog Hollow. That then leaves us to corner 9, Sulman Park, and the John Hinksman Vista. We then go into corner 10, the left-hander, which is McPhillamy Park, and then this takes us down to the fantastic section, which is Turner Skyline, which then leads us into the S's, and that's corners 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And at the end of that, it spits you out into corner 18, which is the sharp left-hander called the Dipper, which is where he's entering now. He'll brake hard, get the power down halfway round, make sure he just doesn't hit that wall, and then it goes into the forest elbow, this little kink here. He'll be then flat out all the way down Conrad Straight. Again, if he's passing, he might be going on the right-hand side, but typically go left, and he might even use the extra track on the left just before we get to the corner, just to get the car to turn in a bit straighter, and you can see that's exactly what he's done. He can keep the power down. That's corner 20, 21 and 22, which is called the chase. He'll now go into the right-hander, which is part of the same complex. He'll get the car to the right-hand side, braking after the 100 metres. He'll then turn left into Murray's corner, get the power down on the start-finish straight, and that's a good lap. But it's not a good. It's not. There you go. It was a good lap. It was a 2:08 flat. So Chris Bourne there with a really good opening lap. Now I do know. I think I've seen someone do a 2:07, so I'm not too sure whether that's a pole winning lap at the moment. But you can see the gap between him and David Noble and Derek Bird is looking pretty close actually. And there's less than a second between the three of them. Just a quick hello back to the chat. We've got hi Jack, hi Frank, hi Eric, hi Nikos, and hi Dimitri. Welcome
Hello,
to
gentlemen.
welcome to the stream. So Chris is going a little bit faster again now. I'm going to jump back a little bit to David Noble. So David Noble's now gone 7/10 and has now done a 2:07. So David Noble's now.
And yeah, David Noble just took the pole.
Yeah, 2:07, 0.647. And in fact, what I will do is I will put the delta on and I will put the fastest lap on so you can all see the fastest lap. Okay, so Chris Bourne is going faster. In fact, Chris Bourne is challenging David Noble, but as it stands, I'll keep an eye on that. David Noble has got the better of him, and David Noble's going even quicker actually. But Chris is coming through the top section. He's 4/10 up, as you can see, 5/10 up. That will put him in pole. But David Noble's just as up. So Noble's looking for a 2:07.3 here, if he can pull it off. I think Noble is thinking that third place. Oh, he's lost time. This could get very tasty. He's losing time, Noble. So he's he's leaking time. He's just got a little bit of time back now. And now Chris looks like he's lost a bit of time as well.
Well, we still have 12 minutes to go into quali, so there's enough time there to.
Yeah, David.
We haven't seen the time from Jonathan Wood yet.
We haven't, and Chris and David Noble obviously made a mistake because he's gone to the pits.
Yeah, but he's only 7 thousandths of a second off Chris Bourne right now.
He is, but he was 4/10 up on that lap at one point, so he's definitely got a quicker opportunity. So I'm going to jump on board with Terry Howard. Terry Howard does race the Porsche and the GT3s. Obviously, the Cup car's slightly different, so I would expect Terry to be able to put a decent lap in, and he's currently ahead of Merch. Got that corner well. Again, he's not really making much time. This is the tricky section with the light nose of the Porsche, but he's doing well there. He's getting it turned in really well. He's up to 5/10. He's just lost a little bit, but he's he's still 4/10 up. He is losing time, but he needs to get this corner nailed. And you can see there's a car in front of him there. Terry's 4/10 up. This is going to put him into the 2:08.4s, which is going to move him one place in front of Derek Bird. Now PJ, as you can see in front, in fourth place, is 2:08 flat. PJ's looking for a 2:07 here. He wants to join the party. The front guys are in.
And Jonathan Wood just pulled a
2:07.6. Yeah, that's three of them in the 2:07.6s now. So Jonathan Wood said if he crashes, he's coming into the booth. So he's not got high hopes. He reckons he'll last a couple of laps and then go off in the mountain section.
David Noble just wrote in the chat, "My name is Bond, James Bond."
Okay.
Because of his time. He has a 007.
He has a what? Oh. David Noble's time's a 2:07, not a 007.
No, yeah, he has a he has a 007, but he chooses to retain the 007 at the end.
Got you. Okay. Now PJ, as I said, PJ's done a 2:08 flat. I mean flat. He's got zeros at the end. Now he's 1/10 up here. Can PJ get into the 2:07 party? So far, so good. Yeah, and there it is. That's 4 drivers in the 2:07s. Well done, Petri. Absolutely fantastic. I think this is going to upset the apple cart at the front, me. Still got Derek languishing in 6th. I would expect Derek to go faster, to be honest. But Merch appears to be struggling in the 2:09s. I think Steve Howells will go quicker. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Chris Bourne's going faster. He's definitely wanting to put a gap between himself and David Noble. And what this will be is, as the morning's coming over now, the track temperature will be increasing. So as you can see, I'm just trying to look at the clock time. So the clock, it didn't start at 6 o'clock, did it, Jeremy?
Yes.
It started
at...
Yeah,
the track is still in fast because there's not enough cars. I believe if there was 5 or 6, 7 more cars, the track will be optimum. But right now it's just fast. So
yeah,
we are not seeing the fastest times as we speak.
Yeah, understood.
It's funny because it's the race is set at 20 degrees. I didn't remember setting the track for such a low temperature.
No. What happens, Jeremy, is you set the ambient temperature.
Yeah.
So what the ambient temperature does, and the way I believe it works. Now, anyone in the chat, if they can correct me, please feel free to do so. The ambient temperature is the threshold of the temperature across the full day. So in effect, if your ambient is 20, it means there's part of the day is going to be colder, or actually part of the day is going to be much hotter.
I see.
So if you were racing during the day, the track temperature will probably be in the 30s.
I understand. See, my understanding was if you set the temperature at 20, it cannot go lower than 20.
Absolutely incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. It's all to do with the spread of the time, and if you have it if you have a race before the sun comes up, the track temperatures are reflective of no sun. Otherwise, you could have a race at midnight and say it's 20 degrees. Well, unless you're in Abu Dhabi or something like that, that's just not practical.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Jonathan Wood, 1 second up. He is going for a 2:06. Wow! Mr. Wood, welcome to the party. You've obviously been speaking to Mr. Johnson. He wanted an invite. He wanted to come to that party. And that is a 2:06.6.
Oh, my
he is
God.
Nearly a second quicker than Mr. Bourne.
But you know what? He's been flying all week on this track.
He has.
Mean, with the BMW, with the GT4. I mean, he's just gone on this track.
Yeah. Hi, Chris.
Chris.
I was on my practice server with Chris before. His lap time was pretty tasty as well. Blooming heck. I was pleased going around doing the 2:04s, and then he shot across and did a really good lap time. I was like, okay. He did say it's the first time he's gone that fast though, so it made me feel a little bit better.
Jonathan, I guess, doesn't have pain in his arm anymore, does he?
I don't know, but I bet the others are calling him a pain in the backside.
He's almost a second faster than Chris Bourne at the time.
Yeah, Derek Bird's struggling here. He's not going to do better than 5th. Which, when you consider where he is in the championship, is he going to get a little bit of a toe off of Manuel here? Manuel's moved over for him. So he's only going to fight 5th, and he's way off the pace, really, if you look at the times, isn't he? I know the gap there to 2:07 is not big, but when you look at the times in front of him, he's going to have to do a lot of improving on his lap time. So we'll sit with him again. And his other problem, of course, is Terry Howard's behind him, and he's actually doing better. So Terry Howard could jump him here as well. In fact, I'm going to jump back to Terry Howard. He's 4/10 up, Terry. I thought he'd hit the wall, but he survived that. He got away with it. So this is going to put Terry into the 207s also.
Huh.
And he's going to be in 207.7s if he carries on. That's going to put him 4th on the grid. He's going for the 207.6s. If he goes any faster, he's joining Jonathan Wood here. As the track just started ramping up.
It seems to be getting faster, you're right.
He's 9/10 up now, is Terry. So he's on a 208.4. Whoa, he's going faster as well. Oh, that was a good corner. That was a great corner. That's given him another 10th, that. Almost. Just needs to get this braking point right, get the angle of rotation into the corner, get the power down well. Oh, he's done it beautifully. He's a second up now, so he's going for a 2. Look at that. A 207.2 for second place for Mr. Terry Howard. Hats off to you, sir. Absolutely fantastic lap time, that is.
Very nice.
This track's really, I'm not going to say sorts the men out from the boys. It just sorts out the older men from the younger men, doesn't it? Wow, they are half a second quicker than Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne can't do anything about it.
So far. Let's see.
There's only 3 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
So you're talking maximum of 2 more laps.
Chris is starting a new lap.
Yeah, he's we're on board with Chris as we speak. He's a 207.507. Oh, he's just gone into that corner too much. I mean, he's kept it going, but he's lost time there. The bit of a snap on the wheel has lost him time. So if he's got enough fuel, I think this lap isn't going to be the one. He's going to have to go again. Hi, Peter. Welcome to the stream.
Peter.
Chris is getting closer to the 206s. He's 3/10 up here, but you just hear him occasionally just pushing too much, and the car just pushes sideways. He's just on that point of losing traction. Yeah, I think it's not going to be this lap. He's going to have to go again and hopefully get his next lap all together. Otherwise, he's going to end up in 3rd. But we've seen Chris at starts. He's brilliant.
Exactly, and the last time Jonathan as well got the pole, had to let it go pretty early into the race. So
he did
let's see what happens.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to upset the championship.
That's right. So he probably will do the same.
Hi, Stefan. He's 3/10 up here. Not really setting the world on alight with the guys in front of him. I mean, he might go into second place. He might. Yeah, at the moment, he's looking like second, but he ain't going to get pole.
Yeah, that pole is pretty stunning, actually.
Well, it's unbelievable, is what it is. It's 6/10. So he's got second place here, Chris Bourne. He's not into the 206s though. So
yeah.
This is a do or die lap for Mr. Bourne. Can he get pole position? And Jonathan Wood's out still, and he's 1/10 down. So Jonathan Wood is still down. He's not going to better his time, and he's going to come across the line shortly. In fact, he's got off track. He spoilt his lap, and that's it for Jonathan Wood. Although he could get over the line and go again. Wood's going to get another lap in.
Yeah, he could.
Can he? Yeah, Jonathan's going to get another lap in here, so he's going to go for it. Chris is really fighting with that car, isn't he? I mean, he's 3/10 up, granted, he's going into 206s here, but he's really having to fight with it through the corners. you have to correct the steering quite a lot if you watch him. And he's now got a car. He's now got a car in front of him.
Yeah, Jonathan is back in the pit.
Yeah.
So let's see if Chris can better his lap.
He's 3/10 up. So Chris at the moment isn't getting pole. He's lost time there. He's gained it back as he's come down that little dip. I think the car in front of him is not going to spoil his lap, luckily. He's now 4/10 up. So he's gaining on Mr. Wood. This is going to be a good lap. He needs to get it all together. Can he get a toe? I think that's Mr. Bird in front of him.
Yes, it is.
I don't think he'll get a toe at that distance. He's 4/10 up, so he's going for a 2:06.7 as we speak. In fact, he's going for a 2, yeah. He might do it here. No, he's lost a bit of time. No, he's lost time there. He's lost time. No, he's got a bit back here. No, he's lost it into the corner. So he's consolidated it. He's done a 2:06.8, and that's him for qualifying. So back after this intro. Okay, let's do the grid walk. So in pole position with a fantastic 2:06 is Jonathan Wood. And almost matching him is Chris Bourne in the 1:18 purple. Then we've got Terry Howard who pulled a stunning lap to claim third place. And he's closely followed by David Noble in the number 10. Then another one who did a stunning lap was PJ Vitala. And he's closely followed by Derek Bird in the 2:01. Then got Merch Paunov in the number 69. And we've got the 969 car of Steve Howells. Then got Tris Simpson in the number 18 car. And Kevin Torrance in the 86 car. Then got Melvin Garland in the number 22. And Mike Dearlove in the number 2. I feel like I'm playing bingo. And we've got Manuel Sosa in number 30. And the car 19 will go to the pits, as that is Jeremy. So, there are your numbers. Any full houses, let me know. We'll be ready to go shortly. Quickly back to the chat. Hi, Mr. Goddard. Hi, Peter David. Yes, Frank, 2:06 is a phenomenal pole time in the Porsche Cup. They could race on the GT3 race on Saturday and still probably win it.
That's right. So let's see if we get a beautiful start the same way we did. We had yesterday, because GT4 was absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
First lap.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Not that they can hear me, Cole, but it's a bit of a joke we've had with Jonathan and Juan. They missed it, and then I did it the other day and said it right at the right time. So they're gonna have to do that on Saturday now. It was a bit of a joke we had. Start to roll. There will be a few sweating Andy Goddard. I'm one of them. So just to reiterate for those in the chat, the championship isn't won as of yet, but depending on how the race finishes, we could have a Porsche Cup champion today. So I'm not going to give too much away. I did speak about it earlier, but we could have a champion depending on how the race finishes. I think you all know who it probably is going to be anyway. Just have a quick refreshment before the race gets going.
And off they go.
That's it. And we've gone green. Jonathan Wood defending the inside, and he's not going to fight with Chris because, as we know, Chris is running for the championship. Everyone's got through clean, which is saying something in the Porsche Cup. PJ's lost a bit of space, but everyone's going well. We don't really want cars swerving around. But yeah, looking good so far. Melvin's made a place up as well, I think, because Kevin went a bit wide. And everyone looks like they're getting through the first corner, the second corner really well, actually. Although they'll all be taking it easy because they don't want to, you know, they're appreciative the tyres aren't going to be up to speed. And this is where we're likely to see someone make a mistake as they put the braking point wrong and over-rotate the car. But you know what? They've all got through without a single problem.
Yes, and I hope everyone, Group 2, Group 3, and Group 1 will follow. That's a beautiful way to start the race.
It is indeed. As I said, the race yesterday was fantastic as well, the start on that. Terry Howard putting a lot of pressure on David Noble here. And we've also got a good fight going on towards the back. As you can see there, Merch is right up the tailpipe of PJ. So I think we're going to see Merch make a pass on the Conrad here because he's very, very, very close. Hi, Luke.
Hello, Luke. Yeah.
Merch has just lost a bit of traction there, so I don't think Merch is going to challenge here. So let's just jump to the front. These two guys have already put a 2-second gap between them and David Noble. So Kevin Torrance is going for a pass on Melvin. Melvin's gone defensive. Kevin's going to go... Is he going to go up the inside and swing it round? No, he's not. He's thinking better of it. Good racing, that. That was a good tactical decision. He could have gone up the inside, but he realises he might not have made the corner and he was risking taking two drivers out. I am beginning to wonder, are we starting to see drivers starting to learn a little bit more about each other? Oh, Tris Simpson there, over-rotating the car. He's lost 3 places there as a result of that. He's going again. Yeah. He didn't get any damage. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's now being hassled by Melvin. So yeah, it's I do feel we're seeing a lot of drivers now just playing that safety card a bit more. Merch has got a great run on here on PJ. Is Merch going to do it under braking? He is indeed. PJ lets him go, and again, brilliant respect there. Merch was very clean, made his intentions known, and you know what? Merch these last few races has been on another level. His driving's been phenomenal. He's been so, I'm not going to say, you know, he's been so tidy in his driving, and he's so showing so much respect for the other drivers. It's fantastic, and he's starting to get the rewards for it as well. So it's really nice to see. I'm going to jump forward to Terry Howard because Terry Howard, oh, he went wide then, and it's given Derek a chance to catch him. He was gaining on David really quick, and he went wide as he come through McPhillamy Park, and it's just allowed Derek to catch up and just bring the gap down a little bit. Hi, Andreas.
Hello, Andreas. Yeah, you know what's good to see is that it's very early into the race, so it's wisdom. You know, it's thinking, taking the time to settle in the race before you start attacking. I mean, the second lap, that was good that we saw drivers respect each other and not taking useless risks, you know, because that's what ruins the race later on, right away, actually. You know, so here we have a race undergoing and everything is very smooth and nice. So now they can start attacking, and actually Jonathan is attacking.
He is indeed. And Dimitri makes a really good point. They're all in Discord. This is something Jonathan Wood was on about, being able to talk with your fellow drivers while you're racing. And I think he made a comment that the other race the other day, Merch was there. And he said it was
did the same.
Yeah, he said it was
He
really
did,
nice to have everybody communicating during the race.
yeah, he did the same thing today. He urged everyone to stay in Discord and talk during the race because he believes that avoids incidents.
And you have to say, we're a couple of laps in. So far, so good. It's been unbelievable. I don't want to do commentator's curse. But yeah, it's looking really, really pleasurable. So, but how many times we've seen this, Jeremy, though? The hardest car to drive, and yet everyone manages to race in it really well.
That's it. Yes,
It,
you
do,
know.
it does make you wonder, is it the hardest car to drive, or it just makes everybody drive better?
You know, that's a very good question. But when you look at the field, I mean, these are really good drivers we have here. I mean, mostly Group 1 drivers. So they do have a very good handling of that Porsche Cup. And you know, you tried that Porsche Cup. I tried it as well. I mean, it's not impossible to drive. It's a stressful car to drive because it's difficult to keep on track.
Yeah, I don't have a
But
problem driving it. I just don't find it a pleasure to drive like the GT3.
that's exactly it. You know, that's exactly it. So, and that's the reason why I backed out because it stresses me. It stresses the hell out of me to drive that Porsche Cup. So it's not pleasant. But look at this. Look at this race between Jonathan and Chris. It's absolutely outstanding what's taking place.
And we've got an off. Derek Bird takes the prize for the first off-ski.
Ah,
And he's lost a lot of places there. He's lost 3 places, 4 places, 5 places, 6 places. That's a bit of a disaster. 7 places. That's the problem going off so early on. That's really put him down. He's got a lot of work to do now as Derek Bird. But Derek can do it. We know Derek can do it. And he's got 53 minutes to do it. So, you know, he's only 15 seconds behind, you know, the guys earlier. So, I think
yeah,
Derek's
that's
going to...
definitely food for thought for the coming races with the GT3s. The slightest mistake in the mountain, and you are pretty much done. You are pretty much done.
And depending how close the car is behind, they're pretty much done as well.
That's it. That's it. I mean, not provide. I mean, here Derek was able not to hit anyone or anything, but it did cost him a lot of places.
Kevin was gaining on Melvin then, but I think Melvin just seems to have managed to put control on that and keep Kevin. Kevin seemed to get a good run off the mountain straight. So yeah, he's...
You can see Jonathan is having a lot of fun driving that car.
Yeah.
And David Noble is not far behind. You know,
yeah,
so...
he's 2.5 seconds behind, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see Jonathan Woods. I think Jonathan Woods playing with him.
I think he is.
Yeah.
And that must put a smile on Chris' face because he is pretty much used to racing alone ahead, so that must be entertaining for him for once.
Yeah, and you can see now Derek Bird is on a mission. He's going to get Mike Dearlove. He's not damaged his car, so I do think he's got... Oh, Mike Dearlove's car's damaged though, so I do think Derek Bird's going to get him in more than one way here because he's just got so much quicker. And you can see there he's gone for the pass. The pass is already made, and he's not even got to the hill. So he's definitely running quicker, possibly running lower wing as well than Mike Dearlove, but the fact that Mike's car's damaged at the front makes it... will obviously make it a little bit slower in all areas. So Derek is now 5.5 seconds behind Kevin. Right, I'm going to jump forward to Murch because Murch is putting pressure on Steve Howell still. So are we going to see Murch make another fantastic pass like he did before? That's very close. Very close there. I think we're going to see Murch make a pass here. It's all about the run, and is he going to get the run? Howells has gone to the left-hand side. Murch, is he going to get it? If he's going to get the run, he's going to get the run down here. I think he's going to go for it here, Murch. Is he going to... Oh, he's not. He's not outbraked. Very good, respectful driving.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it. I mean, if you push and try to overtake and push the inside, you're looking for disaster. So
No, but I
that
mean,
was very smart.
yeah, I mean, I mean, we'll use Merch as an example, you know, and if you watch this back, I hope he doesn't take offence by this. There's a time when Merch would have gone for that. Would we
That's
agree?
right.
Without a shadow of a
Exactly.
doubt, Merch would have
That's
gone for
right.
that and either caused an incident or ran a car off the road and carried on.
Exactly.
He's obviously understanding now, you know, what we're trying to achieve here, and he's playing part of it. And to see Merch make moves like that and drive what I would say is extremely safe, that makes him 100% a better driver than he was. And we knew he was a good driver. He was quick, but not only is he shown he's quick now, he's shown he's got the racecraft.
Exactly.
So,
And the respect as well, because you need to have a minimum of respect on the track.
yeah,
Because if you don't, then you're careless, and if you're careless, you are not gonna brake at the right time, and you're not gonna take into consideration the consequences of your driving. So yes, it's good. It's good to see a driver like Merch
yeah, I mean,
come to that kind of awakening. It's really good. He matured a lot. That's
yeah,
very nice
and
to see.
and it's like, and Chris in the chat's just said exactly the same. You know, I definitely feel, you know, pardon the pun, but he's definitely turned a corner, you know, with his
Yeah,
driving, and it's not just the driving, it's the racecraft with the other drivers, and it is a pleasure to see, and it, you know, it epitomises what we want to achieve, isn't it? Mike
that's
Dealham's gone
right.
off again. Oh dear, Mike Dealham decides he really wants to lose the front end of that Porsche. Then that Porsche is not going to be very healthy at the front. He's got an even bigger hole in the bonnet now, as you can see there. That'll be flapping.
Oh yeah, he has a
Merch got
severely
very
damaged car.
Merch got very close to the wall then. I think he just broke a little bit later and the car drifted too much. I'm not sure whether he hit the wall, but he got extremely close to the wall, the left-hand wall then. I agree with that, Chris. We've all massively. Yeah, he's hit that wall as well, Merch. His rear just clipped the wall. He's getting away with it because of where he's clipping the wall. But he just wants to. If he clips it in the wrong angle, it'll throw him straight off into the opposite wall. And there we can see PJ's off.
He just lost
PJ's
his
hit the
car.
wall. Yeah, he got on the grass, didn't he? And
Yeah.
and he hit the wall there. So I'm not too sure what damage he's got. But it does
No,
look
but
like
he's
he's got away
losing.
with it.
He's losing a lot of time.
Yeah, he needs to get going because, yeah, he's all right at the moment. He's back up and running
Yeah.
again. And Jonathan Woods.
Jonathan Wood just passed.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch that. So
He's P1.
he is. So he's had a good run. He got a good run out of Forest Elbow. And he was right on the jack seat of Chris Bourne here. You can see the speed difference. He is so much quicker. I don't think Chris Bourne wanted to fight him, to be honest. I think Chris Bourne's just said go.
Two are having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And clean fun.
That's right.
Makes such a difference when it's clean fun.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely Chris didn't put a big fight there. He let him go because he knows the race is still young, so there will be those guys are going to have fun to the end.
That was close. That was Kevin come out the corner and just over-rotated and nearly got Derek, but Derek saw it and swerved. And Merch has now made the pass on Steve Howells on the mountain straight. So he got a good run out the corner and allowed him to catch Howells and get alongside before it actually mattered. And then he had a clear run to the corner. So Merch is now 11 seconds behind Terry Howard. So is he going to be able to catch Terry Howard? Because I tell you what, Terry Howard's keeping up with David Noble. He's only 2 seconds behind. And David Noble's only 3 seconds behind Chris Bourne. You see Chris Bourne just disappear there. So everyone's big. Oh, and Terry. Oh, Terry went wide then. I thought he was in the barrier. He went wide. We had a yellow flag with Terry, but like he did before, he just went off track a little bit. He was obviously coming out the corner with a bit too much pace. Steve Howells is putting pressure back on Merch. Mike Dearlove's off again. Oh, and he's against the wall. Oh, dear. And Derek's off again. Oh, Derek's had a big off.
Oh,
What's happened there?
oh yeah.
So he's coming through the mountain section. This bit seems to catch everyone out. This is where they were going off yesterday.
Yeah, he's down back. He's back in the pits.
Did they get an over rotation here?
Yeah, he did.
Whoa!
He definitely did.
Oh, he's got his braking point wrong. Yeah, he's got his braking point wrong by the looks of it. That's going to cause problems with his car. So yeah, no doubt that's why he's gone back to the pits, and he's now going to be sat in the pits there. So that's really mixing it up. So Derek now. That has a massive impact on the championship, you know, in relation to where this race is at the moment. An unprecedented effect on the championship. And Petri's off as well. But don't think he's hit anything. He looks like he's hit the grass coming into the last section and just overspun the car a little bit. Now he's managed to keep it going. He's lost time from the cars behind him, which is a Sosa. But he's not really lost too much time, so Sosa's just keeping it on track. As you can see, his car's unmarked. He's not hit anything. He's just getting on with it. And what Sosa doesn't realise is, as he passes in the pits now, he's going to move he's going to move 2 places up. In fact, he's already 2 places up. He's already ahead of them guys, so they're already a lap down. So everyone's still on the same lap. I still think if Sousa keeps it on track, he's going to have. He's going to end up further up the grid. Right, Chris Bourne's putting pressure on Jonathan Wood again now, so I'm going to jump forward because I can see Jonathan Wood just letting him by again.
So lots of incidents already. I mean, it's the nature of the cup, right? I mean, it's a difficult car to control, but I believe even with the GT3. We will see this kind of incidents tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
You're right. We're 7 laps in, though, Jeremy, and there hasn't been one car-on-car incident.
That's true.
Now, I'm not going to say we're going to go the full race, because we've got 43 minutes to go. But could we make history here and allow us to go through a full race without a car-on-car incident? That's a big ask.
I would say yes. I would say yes. And I believe Derek left the server.
He has indeed. So Derek will probably come into the chat. Well, I'll presume. I mean, he did smash his car up pretty much there.
Yeah.
Straight into the wall sideways, where he hit the front first, then sideways, and that usually kills the suspension on the left and the steering goes.
So Jonathan and Chris are definitely having fun. I know they are, and
but you know,
I think it's gonna last till the end, unless one of them makes a terrible mistake.
I was just gonna say, Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
The gap between them and the guys behind isn't that big. If one of these two do make a mistake, they'll be caught extremely quickly.
That's right. David is just 4 seconds behind.
He is. And then Terry Howard's not far behind that either.
So what? We lost 3 drivers?
I'm not too sure. We didn't have many to start with.
Wow. That mountain is pretty cruel.
We've only lost Derek, haven't we?
Yeah, Derek is gone, but I believe there's 1 or 2 other drivers that left.
I'm not too sure whether they did.
I'm not sure either.
But yeah, you're right. These two are definitely playing.
Yes, they are.
Chris Bourne catches. Jonathan's not going to fight him.
But he has good control of his car, so he could give him a hard time. If he wants, he can give him a hard time.
Yeah.
And you know that Chris is not the kind of driver who's going to risk anything. You know, he's going to play it safe. So That could be very entertaining. It reminds me of Carlo and Chris fights actually.
Actually, they're saying there's 16 at the start, so maybe you were right, Jeremy, but I don't know else who's gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who left, but I can't.
Paunov's passed Terry Howard. Merch is on a flyer. He's after David Noble now.
Yeah, Terry Howard is in the pits.
Oh, what's happened with Terry then? Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Let's see if we've got enough to see him. What happened to him?
Oh, he has a destroyed front of the car.
Oh, yeah. It's just going to go straight to the pits.
Completely destroyed.
Yeah, he's had a problem at the top, hasn't he? In the mountain.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to be able to see the incident, but the replay's not enough. So, unfortunately, we're just seeing him trundle into the pits, and I can't change it, unfortunately. So, Chris Bourne's gaining back on Jonathan Wood again. So, 4, 3, replay going back to live now. Right, let's go to Chris Bourne. So, who have we lost? We've lost Derek.
Yes, and I cannot figure out who else.
PJ's still there.
Yes, he is.
Kevin's still there. Melvin's still there. I'm really confused.
Let me see. No, there were 13 to start the race.
Right, so that's right then. So we've lost Derek.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I've got David Noble on a white flag there, so that means he was going slower than anticipated. He might have just got his braking point wrong a little bit. And Melvin is gaining on Trish Simpson. Now, we saw Trish pass Melvin before, so I don't know whether there's been an incident and Melvin's gained a little bit, but he's only 1.8 seconds behind. And you can see Trish is now putting pressure on Steve Howells, who's also got a white flag, which again I'm not too sure about. Because there's so few cars, the number of battles on track is quite limited, I think.
Right.
So it's it's not going to be massive.
No, but the show is definitely between Jonathan and Chris.
It is indeed.
Although there is a close battle behind between Trish and Melvin
And Howells, yeah. So we've just gone on.
Yeah.
We've just gone to car 18, which is Trish Simpson, and he's now gaining on Howells. He was 2 seconds behind. He's now 1.5. So I mean, he made a bit of a mistake early on and lost a couple of places, Trish. But he looks like he's now getting to grips with it. He's got his tyres up to temperature. He's got his tyres running well, and he's gaining on Steve Howells, and he's pulled away from Melvin. Chris Bourne, very close with Jonathan here.
Yeah. I think he's faster down the mountain than Jonathan is.
And Mike Dearlove's off against. So Chris, you've just said there was 15. Can you let us know who the other driver was that we're unaware of? We're struggling trying to think. That's what old age does to you, forget. $36 to go. Just want to, obviously we don't have any PWS delivery cars today. Just want to mention preciouswashers.co.uk, our PWS clean equipment sponsors of ACC TV, allowing us to continue to bring this great quality service to you and the rest of the world. Thank you, PWS.
Yes, thank you very much.
Ah, Andreas.
Oh,
Yes.
you're right. Yes, you're right.
Right, I didn't see Andreas go off, so I wonder
Me
if he didn't race. Well spotted, Frank. These two are definitely having a bit of fun, aren't they? And
Yes, they are.
Trish Simpson, Steve Howells are both off, and that's
No.
allowed Melvin to capitalise. So Howells and Simpson both went off, and that also means, yeah, Melvin is up to 5th place.
Incredible. Very nice.
That was good, that, because he'd had to have avoided both cars. So there's no contact. It was not a car-on-car contact. So both drivers have just made a mistake and fell off the track. And the parting of the seas must have happened for Melvin Garland.
Well, there you go. Patience pays off.
I said that, you know, if you can keep it on track and you're consistent. Yeah, so Andreas has just said he disconnected before the start. I didn't think I saw you start, Andreas.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, my last few weeks have been killers as well, so I can fully 100% respect what you're saying there, Andreas. But as we've got to work from home again now, not that it affected me anyway, it just means I'm not having to go to the office. And I always had to be up early to go to the office.
Man, Chris is right behind Jonathan now.
Yeah, 2/10. It's great racing though. Great respect.
Absolutely. They're putting on a hell of a show.
Merch is not gaining too much on David Noble, so I think David Noble is looking good for that third place on the podium.
It does, yes. Merch is 22 seconds behind.
So I think this does mean that I think David Noble could be solidifying his third place in the championship here. Yes. Could. I'm not saying it is. It could. Because he's going to be pulling up a good haul of points here. Howells is close to him. Howells is there. So, again, be interested to see where Howells finishes as well.
The question here is, can Jonathan handle Chris to the end? That's the question.
It is, yeah. I'm going to change the to... We've got a couple of cars racing now. We've got Howells catching up Melvin, and we've got Triss catching up Howells. So... these are the two that went off before, and they're now catching Melvin up again. 33 minutes to go. And Terry Howard's off again. Oh, that was right in the running of the track. So Howard, after having to pit, has basically spanked it into the walls and is now into the pits. I don't know whether we'll see him come out again. Thanks, Chris. Enjoy the rest of your evening, my friend. Don't forget to like. Anybody watching? Got 11 likes, which is good, but there's 14 watching. Get that like button pressed. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe. Oh, Howells then hit the wall. Really went past the wall and hit it there. You can see the side of his car's got a scrape on it. Now you can get away, as I said, with certain places hitting the wall. It's all about how and where. If you hit the wall in the wrong place, it will destroy your car. I mean the side of your car, not the front, obviously. It'll just push you into the wall on the opposite side. Melvin looks like he's gone defensive. He knows he's not the fast. He knows he's not as quick. So Melvin's just laying over and letting the guys pass now. But you know, I bet you Melvin's thinking in the back of his mind, you've already gone off once, guys. You can go off again if you hit the wall. Fifth place is coming back to me.
Yeah, in the meantime, something happened because Chris is now almost 2 seconds behind Jonathan.
Oh, Triss Simpson then went very deep. He nearly went to the pits, the Triss.
Oh, yes, she did.
Kevin's just gone wide. Yeah, Kevin's just gone wide. Yeah, he's just backed off a little bit, Chris Bourne, hasn't he? 2 seconds now. So Melvin, again, is keeping up with Steve Howells. He's still looking racy. I still think Triss is going to catch Melvin, and then we'll hunt down Howells. But it's about keeping it on track. And as we've seen, these two guys have gone off already. Hi, Derek.
Hello, Derek.
what Nikos is saying. What happened? Someone's asking Derek what happened, and Nikos put the wall happened. Tell you what, he's getting quicker here, Melvin. Tyre pressure's very high, so it just went really slippy.
What it was.
Yeah, the problem is you can't take pressure out unless you hit the curbs. There's no curbs to hit on here. Yeah, I think this is one of them tracks. It's so important to do. Stefan, Mr. Barrier. Nice. Stealing me phrases. You're welcome, Stefan. Always use them. Okay. Yeah, Triss has dropped back significantly here.
Yes,
Melvin looks like he's keeping up with Steve Howells, actually. And looking racy for it.
See, looking at these guys also, I realized with the GT3, I still haven't had the chance to pull in an hour on the server and check the tires and what happens during the race. I have no idea at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to do an hour run on my server at some point just to test it. I know it won't be the same, but what it will allow me to do is test at least the running pressures.
Yes, that's it.
Such a shame you come off, Derek. I fully understand, but you were still in the running for the championship up until that point. It might not look it in the table as it stands, but once you took off your four lowest scores, you were right back in it, because the lowest scores of Chris Bourne were a lot higher than your lowest scores. So a lot of his were in the 50s and the 44s, 47s, whereas you had some 12s and stuff you could have got rid of. I don't know if 12 was a valid number, but 18, something like that. So by the time you took your lowest scores off, actually this race still was a counting factor in the championship. So it's pretty safe to say now, unless Mr. Bourne has a disaster, and I mean has a disaster, he will be, not only will he be the GT4 championship, he will be the joint Porsche championship winner as well. So that's 2 out of 2. It's a pretty good day for a pretty good week for Mr. Bourne, that.
By the way, that title used to belong to Derek Bird.
It did indeed. You put up a good fight though, sir, must say. Second place. Put up a very good fight.
Definitely. So Chris is getting back closer to Jonathan.
He is. He's putting the gap down. It's back down to a second again. I think Jonathan will let him go. I think he'll let him go towards the end.
You probably are right.
Because he knows that he doesn't. The points are nothing to him. I'm trying to work out whether that's damage on the front of Howells' car. His bonnet just looks up ever so slightly on one side. But Melvin isn't giving in. He just is not giving in at all. Yeah, Derek, as I said before, the last few races I've been doing taking the 4 lowest scores off, and I've been working out what the real position is. And it's a case of, yesterday I think it was pretty much, he only had to win, I think if he won by 36 points, if he had 36 points or more, he won the GT4. Obviously, he won it. The difference today was 3 points. If he beat you by more than 3 points, he becomes champion. So if you'd have beaten him, it would have gone to the last race. And I've not done the Group 3 yet. I mean, I could do the Group 3 while this is going on, to give you an understanding. For the Group 2...
Yes, Chris. Chris is gonna pass Jonathan.
Yeah, and he's done it. It's not let me switch for some reason. There you go. Oh, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay.
And Sosa's off. He's spun. He's right in the middle of the track. Oh, he doesn't want to hit the wall. Let's go back to Chris. Luckily, the cars are... Oh, they're the back markers passing him as well. Woof. They got off with that one. So the Group 3 have not done this on the Group 3. The Group 2, as I said, though, there's 1 point between first and second place in the championship. 1 point. If I win on Saturday and beat Mark Christopher, I can't be caught, so I wouldn't even have to race the last race, and that would mean that I would be champion. The reality is, Mark Christopher's quick. I've seen what he's doing in qualifying, and how good he is around this track. So I think I'm good for a mistake. Is all I'm going to say. I've got that much confidence in myself. I'm good for a mistake. So I'm not saying I'm give it to Mark Christopher now, because I know Rainer Berger's been going quick as well. But yeah, I think I'm good for a mistake. I'm not sure about Mark Christopher, but it's certainly going to make it interesting. Now, looking at Group 3, all I'm going to say is, wow. So while this race is going on, I'm going to have a quick go at Group 3 and take off the lowest scores. Okay.
Don Quinn should be dominating there. Unless I'm mistaken.
that's what I'm going to do. Well, I'll know after this. So just give me a second. So it's that plus that plus that plus that. So let me do that again. Do that again. That was wrong. That. This is lowest is that one. It's that one. That one. Yeah, I think you might be right. I'm just doing Stefan's now, Stefan. So I'm removing your lowest scores. And that one. Interesting. Really interesting. And then I'll do Kenneth. I think that's going to be right. So I do that minus that. Oops. That. Right. So just to clarify, that's quite stark actually. The Group 3 race can be won tomorrow, but it actually can, depending on how it goes. It's not as clear cut. The fact that there's 2 races left to go means, as it stands, any of the top 4 can still be champion, and only one driver can potentially win it tomorrow. That's how it stands. So that is very, very close indeed.
Very nice.
So let's do the same with Group 1. I might have done Group 1 already, actually. I have already done Group 1. So Group 1.
Group 1 will go to Peter Horsliner, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Nope,
Really?
absolutely not. It is not over.
Really?
Group 1 is going to carry on for another 2 races. So Group
Ah,
1 is going to be won on the last race of the season. That I can
between who and
categorically...
who? Between Peter and who? Carlo?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Andrea.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's true. Andrea Cayola, absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. That's gonna be very nice.
So yeah, very interesting. I'm going to jump back to PJ here. PJ's trying to pass Tris. Now we have lost another car, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
I'm trying to work out what we've lost. Steve, Melvin, Kevin, Sosa, Terry Howard. Kevin in there. I think who we've lost. My
Florida.
My memory's absolutely appalling.
What a battle! What 20? What 18 minutes to go now?
Yeah. And they'll have been at this for an hour.
Yes.
I do think...
I told you. I knew they would go for it like this, and hopefully there won't be any mistakes to the end. And I believe you are right. I believe Jonathan will let Chris go.
Chris won't let him, though. You know, Chris is the gentleman. The way Chris will look at this, he'll say, "You won, you deserve it," because he won't be aware. Happens. He won't be aware of the championship. But as it stands, because Derek's out, the championship is Chris's now. These guys haven't hit the wall or anything.
That's right.
In fact, I'm gonna go as far to say that since he's come back from his injury, Jonathan, I think we're seeing a more complete driver.
Absolutely. Well, he was already very fast, but I think this injury made him even better.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. So Tris Simpson's managed to pass PJ now. But the gap between him and Steve Howells is massive. We'll have Mr. Dave Thompson back for next season as well. He's I don't know if you remember, he's the one he lived abroad and then come back home, and while all his stuff was in storage, it burnt down.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah, so he showed me a picture the other day of his rig all built and ready to go.
Oh my God.
So he'll be ready to go next season.
That's good. Yeah, I think next season it's going to be very pleasant to see new names.
Yeah, we're getting quite a few additions. I just hope we have consistent 30, 35 car grids. I know you say it's a nervous when you've got that many cars, but that's racing.
No, but I would love to see that number as well. Yes, I would love to see that number. We have to find a way to consolidate the groups in order to be 30, 35 on the grid. Yes, that would be awesome. But we'll find a way to do it.
So once this season's over, I've already started playing with it, but once this season's over, I'm going to be starting looking at the format for the next season, you know, and working out, because I think a few drivers, it's the week in, week out, week in, week out, week in, week out, you know, 5 races is a bit too much. So I think what we need to do is break it up a little bit. So I've got some good ideas anyway, and obviously I'll run them by yourself first, and then we'll make sure the group are happy. But at the end of the day, it'll still all be about the racing, but having the ability to have different races in there, like fixed car races and stuff like that. You know, I mentioned as a joke the Maserati. That would be,
Yeah,
a Maserati race, because one of the things about that, and one of the points behind it is, everyone tries the cars everybody else drives. Your Porsches, your Astons, your Bentleys. If we have a fixed car, it gives people the ability to learn other cars, and also experience other cars. Now I know they'll have done it as a test on their own single player mode, but I think it just gives them that understanding a little bit more to say, well, hold on a minute, I really like the Lambo. I didn't think I liked the Lambo. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing.
that's right. My question is though, would the eSeniors like to keep the Porsche Cup and the GT4, or is it time to turn the page and maybe consolidate everything to GT3? I don't know.
Again, I
Food
think
for thought.
that's something we need to ask. I mean, Derek's just laughing there. He's just put the Maserati at Bathurst. That's the first race, Derek. You've just nailed it. That's the first race. God.
I have to admit I won't dare driving that car. I tried before. I think it's a beautiful car to drive, but it's like it's insane. It's insane. It's worse than the Porsche Cup.
Yeah. And Stefan's got a good point there. A Lambo ST series as well. So instead of the
Yes,
Porsche Cup, you could have a Lambo. To be honest, if we end up doing 2 weeks of races, we could relax it a bit more. We could have an ST series. We could still keep the Porsche Cup. We could have a GT4. Harrison's saying the new Evo. Hi, Harrison. The new Huracan. There's loads of things you could fit into that 2 weeks. And I think it opens up and just gives you so much more to play with. Now, Triss has caught up Mr. Howells here. Wow. He's going to get him. Is he going to get him? He's going to get him under braking. He's made it in. He's going a bit wide. Howells has got the inside. Wow. Great racing even this late on.
very nice.
Yeah, Derek's saying keep the Porsche Cup. So I think if we're going to do... I think the championship needs to be shorter. 16 races is taking its toll, I think.
Well, see what I like Derek's reaction. Because we have a nice formula right now, and the fact is, yes, it's a heavy schedule, but you don't have to race all the races. You choose what you want to race.
I agree, but I also think that, if you have mixed series, different sorts of series, it means you can open up to a lot more opportunities. 7 days isn't a lot to mix it up. We have one warm-up race, then we're straight into what is in effect 6 days worth of championship. Now, in 1 week, that doesn't give you a chance to play with anything else. You've nailed every single day. Whereas if we split it up, if we have a shorter championship, like over 10 races, but it's still 20 weeks, as opposed to 16 weeks, we still have the ST class, we still have the Porsche, we still have the GT4.
Yes, absolutely.
But what it means is, in that, we can turn around and say, well, today we're going to have the Maserati Masquerade, and things like that. Or we're going to have an Alpine race where everyone's in the Alpine, or the Ginetta Cup, just as one-offs, and people get to drive all the cars. Steve Howells is losing spaces here. Has he got a problem with his tyres? Have his tyres overheated? Oh, he's off. Oh, straight into the barrier. And Melvin's gone too. That looks like tyres have gone. That looks like tyres have completely given up the ghost. And Kevin's now gone up to 7th place.
Oh my God, yeah.
Stefan, by the way, the ACC public service is still a collection of the worst drivers on the planet. So all things considered, Stefan, we're actually not too bad. I know we have incidents, but we're not too bad. And I do think we are getting better. This season's been long, and I think we're getting a lot of tired drivers now. And I think that's probably not helping matters. That's why I'm saying if we have a shorter season, we're offer more. People don't have to race the Porsche Cup, and they can concentrate on something else like the fixed class cup or something like that.
Yeah, there is a reason why this season was longer. Is because the idea was to get a closing as by Christmas.
Yeah.
And so if the season had been shorter, it will be a very long period without anything happening. I mean, not. I mean, as far as the championship is concerned. I mean, now the championship will resume in early January, right? And it will probably be, like you said, 10 races. We'll see which ones, but
Yeah,
yes, I believe season should be shorter.
but it doesn't have to be 10 tracks. We could
No, it
still, if
doesn't.
it's a 20-week race, we could still run 20 tracks. And what we can
Yes.
do is the GT3 championship is going to be run on a specific 10 tracks, whereas the other championships in between, like the Porsche Cup, we could run that on a separate 10 tracks, something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's right.
Chris Bourne's looking quick here.
Oh,
Oh,
that was.
they've got to be laughing at each other.
Yeah, they're having fun. I tell you, they're having fun. But that was dangerous, my God.
I don't know what Stefan's putting the vomiting face for, but is that referring to the console? I think we're going to see Jonathan move over in a minute.
But see, yes, I know you mentioned one series, you know, in GT3, for example, everyone, because we're going to have a new, the BMW is out, but there's another one coming out.
It's the Lamborghini. It's the Lambo.
That's right. That will be nice to have a series, like, for example, Tuesday race instead of GT4 will be Lamborghini, you know?
Well, that's
something
but that's what I'm saying. If we do 2 weeks, we can have a couple of open days where we don't do anything, let people get practice on the server. But then what we might have is on Wednesday one week we might have the GT4, whereas the Wednesday the following week it's the Huracan ST.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah,
what it means you've got a choice. You either go for both cups, or you turn around and say, you know what, I don't fancy the Porsche. I'm going to stick to the ST. But you'll always get those going for the Porsche, and always get those going for the ST. But rather than forcing people into one of them, you're giving them the option to do either or both.
Yes. Yeah, the thing is, you know, if we don't have a race on a given day, the server is wild. What I mean by that, I'm always there to make sure this quali starts at 2 p.m. EST, right?
Yeah.
So if we stop doing that, then the server will run on its own. And
Yep.
there won't be organized races as per. I mean, it won't be, if there are races, it will be wild races. I mean, whoever is there will race, and that's about it.
Yeah,
My
but
God, I mean, those guys are very close.
they are. But that's what people are doing during the week, Jeremy, when it's not, you know, it's not near race time. You know, don't forget, some people in the UK are on the servers at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they're doing races
Yes,
with 3 or 4 cars.
That's true.
It's just the nature of the
That's
beast.
true.
It's just the nature of the
That's-
beast.
Yes, it is. You're right. But right now, we do have a race every day of the week.
We do, but it's taking its toll, and it also means that there's because we've done it. There's an expectation to stream every race, and
Yes, I understand.
when we get when we've got the volunteers and the manpower, it becomes manageable because you can split the load. That's
Yes.
not possible at the moment. So the idea of the
That's right.
Rolls post the other day was to get people on board. So if we want to start racing regularly, the load isn't just on me and you. You know, there's other people who do their parts to keep it all ticking over. And I think that's
Exactly.
where we become a group that manages the group ourselves rather than 1 or 2 people managing the group.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, leaps and bounds ahead of where we were, you know, 2 seasons ago. Leaps and bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, I like to think that we are a competitive bunch of eSeniors. I mean, we have a lot of guys that love competing, and more often than not, you know. And that's why I think we carefully have to think the way we're gonna do this.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And you know, at the end of the day, we're going to make sure. I mean, for the likes of the 10 races for the GT3 Championship, I would like to get the votes from the group. and say what tracks you want to see it. So, for example, one of the tracks we didn't have this year was the one with the corkscrew. Now,
Right.
some drivers like that, you know, so consequently, that might be voted on. We didn't race at Alton Park. Someone might vote for Alton Park. I don't know who, but someone might vote for Alton Park. And the idea is we pick a GT3 championship where rather than me picking the tracks and the conditions, we ask for people to nominate their tracks and nominate conditions of the tracks, including pit stops, because they're the guys who want to race. What we don't want is everyone to turn around and say we just want it to be sunny all the time with no pit stops. Because that achieves nothing, does it? Melvin's going to pass Kevin here. 4 minutes to go, and Chris is still behind Jonathan. Is Melvin going up the inside? No, he's protecting. He's going to get a good run out here, though, Melvin. Man, you, Kevin's got a very good run. You're right, Stefan, and that's exactly it. You know, the law of averages states if you're getting faster, I mean, there's no way you're in Group 3 next season. You know that. And, you know, you've actually shown on some of your lap times you can be as good as, you know, the fast guys in Group 2. That's evolution and the nature of the beast, really.
That's right. But also we could manage to have all, I mean, and we do already have Mondays are like that. You know, so where you have Group 1, Group 2, Group 3 racing together. I mean, it makes it very entertaining because you have close to 35 cars on track.
Yeah. And
depending on the track we choose to do that, that could be very entertaining as well.
Yeah.
And the idea is to make it fun. The idea is like to try to generate as much fun as possible and create the best broadcast possible, you know.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we have new members all the time. They might not be racers, but some have shown the will to race in the next championship. So, I mean, we always have that at the beginning of each season. The groups are full. They're over 40, 45 drivers, and only in the end 25 show up.
Yeah.
We have to find a way to get around that.
But I think, again, the 16 race schedule is possibly too much for some people, and that's why I'm saying if we slim it down but offer more, I think you'll have the same drivers attending the same championships, and it'll just keep an interest up for some of them. And I think it's one of them we really need to understand what people want rather than us deciding what people should have.
That's right. No, look, you're not a Group 4. You're a Group 3. You're getting better all the time.
Yep, totally agree with that. Don't run yourself down, Luke. Bum. Chris is still not passing.
No, attacking.
I think I wonder whether Jonathan's gone to let him go, and he's not took it.
He will. He will. I think you predicted that one, and I think you're absolutely right about that.
Well, this could be the last lap. No, it's not. Oh, I'm not too sure whether they're going to make another lap out of this. It's going to be close.
Well, anyway, what a show they put on those two is absolutely incredible. I mean, not a mistake, nothing. I mean, beautiful racing from the get-go. Absolutely astounding.
Yeah, Jonathan Woods played an absolute blinder here. And I'll tell you what, I bet he was gutted that he couldn't race for the full season if this is how he can race.
That's where Chris makes me very nervous in that part of the mountain.
Because he flies right up, doesn't he?
Oh my God, he's so close there. It's incredible. Even Jonathan must go, what are you doing, man? Oof.
Frank, we're looking at the end of January, early February next for the next season.
Yes.
Once we've worked out all the logistics, whether we're going to be doing live stewarding, what races we're going to be doing live stewarding on, how we're going to do penalties, incident management, if we do licenses and things like that. You know, all that's to be decided yet. So Melvin's trying to take PJ here. But are we going to see Jonathan let him go?
Yeah, we have a lot of work ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can do every race live stewarding. We need to concentrate on possibly just the GT3
No,
Championship.
no, yeah.
I'm trying to work out whether they're going to get another lap in here. They're not, are they?
I think this is the last one. Actually, is it?
I'm trying to work.
Or
That's what I'm trying to work out. I think they might just make it. No, they're
Or
not.
this is the end.
This could be
is
the end.
last lap. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Incredible.
So at this point, just want to congratulate. Sorry, I need to go back to Mr. Bourne. Congratulate Mr. Bourne on being the Porsche Cup champion. Not only has he done the GT4, he's cleaned up with the Porsche Cup as well. So well done, Mr. Bourne. You are the Porsche Cup champion, and we've still got drivers coming over the finish line. Merch with a fantastic drive in 4th place.
Absolutely.
Some
very
proper gentleman racing there from Merch, and fully deserved his 4th place there. It was unlikely he was going to catch David Noble. David Noble was just a bit too quick and too far ahead, so he definitely settled for 4th place, and I'm sure Merch is going to be happy with that position. And then a driver who's not been who started the season but didn't appear much in the season behind him is Tris Simpson. Had a bit of a start going off track a little bit. Just wait for Merch to cross the line. There goes Merch. And Tris Simpson, a friend of mine, he's managed to keep the Porsche on track. Once he got it sorted, he probably got his tyres worked out, and this has been a great race for Tris. 5th place. I'm sure he'll be saying, I'm happy with that. But I think he'll be back in, him and Dave Thompson will be back in anger when the new season starts. I mean, Tris does race in Ferraris anyway, so, you know, he's got to tighten with his racing. And then we got PJ. PJ with a very poorly looking car, but managed to outwit Melvin. Melvin has been battling with Kevin. Kevin's just gone a bit loose there, and that means Melvin makes 7th place. And Steve Howells, who's also looking and nursing a very battered and bruised car, is the last driver to finish the line, because Sosa and Howard are declared as finished. So
very nice.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. Hope you really enjoyed that.
Thank you, everyone.
I am not streaming the race tomorrow. I have other plans, but I will be on track on Tuesday, where hopefully I can keep my car on track and try and win, and therefore win the Group 2 Championship. But as I said, I'm not expecting that at all. I'm expecting a fair race and a fair fight. So just want to say thanks very much to everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. And enjoy your morning, your day, your evening, depending on where you are. Goodbye, all.
Goodbye, everyone.